Welcome back to episode 2 of I Didn't Know Blender could do that. Thing number 1. Did you know you can just drag and drop materials in a scene amongst objects like this in Blender? I didn't. Even thing number 2. Did you know if you press G to grab an object and then press B, you can select a point on the model, say I select his feet here, and then click on another point in another object. Blender will just snap the first object into place for us. If I press G and then B and then A, I can add multiple points and Blender will average out a position between them, and then you can snap that to wherever you want. When did this get added to Blender? Why doesn't everyone know how to use this? Why have I been using this sucky magnet snapping feature all this while? God. Anyway, here's thing number 3. If you use the free add-on Fire Scatter, you can create this beautiful lightweight fire effect in the Eevee render engine without having to simulate anything. Alternatively, you could also use the fire and smoke effects asset made available by the Blender Studio folks for a similar effect, all for free again. Thing number 4. Now, I love making 3D models using the Ian Hubert image projection method. But usually you just get the color information through that texture and no normal data or displacement data. So I've been using this website to generate all kinds of PBR maps from that single image. So I can make a complete 3D model with nice PBR textures. You could also check out the Deep Bump add-on that also does the same thing but right within Blender, and compare the two and see which one you like better. Let's get to thing number 5 now, which is a segment I like to call new Blender updates that look kinda promising. Before we get to that though, my Blender course How to Make Your First Short Film is coming out very soon. If you'd like to be notified when it does, check out the link in the description. In the course, I teach you how to make your first short film in Blender from scratch. And not just teach you, but actually make a film right in front of you in the course. It's unlike any course you've ever seen, trust me there. So check it out from the link in the description. Anyway, here's thing number 5. Are you guys seeing these new compositor nodes in Blender 5.2? Especially the film grain node that has all these pre-built presets now, and then all these advanced custom controls too. If you wanted to control the grain, it's so cool. Even the dithering node looks so cool. I love the pixel artsy effect, old school dithery look you can get from that. I am in love with these two nodes. Kudos to the Blender Foundation. And even the Nexus suite of tools is now available for Blender users. It is available for free till July, I think, if you want to test it out. It's a crazy suite of tools for particle and fire and fluid simulation that has been available to other DCC tools in the past, but now Blender users get it too. CG Matter recently put out a fire tutorial using that same tool, so you should check that out first before giving this tool a try. And there's more news on the fire simulation front. A developer by the name bman_me is developing a real-time GPU accelerated smoke and fire sim tool for Blender separately. It's still early days, but go ahead and give him a follow and drop some encouraging comments on these posts so he knows the community supports him and we can finally maybe get a good fluid simulation tool in Blender after all this while. Links will be in the description. And simulation also reminds me, the new cloth simulation geonode in Blender 5.2 also looks sick as hell. It, for a change, looks stable as hell. And we've got extra features like some tearing effects going on here now and plant movements created with the help of this new node. The future of simulations basically in Blender is looking brighter and better. Finally, I can feel a revolution coming. If they can make a cloth node, they can definitely make a simple rigid body node soon as well, I'm assuming. So let's keep backing the developers and hopefully gone will be the days of awful physics and fluid simulations in this beloved tool of ours. Anyway, thing number 6 now is a segment I like to call, look at this cool post I found online. User the Kevin McGuire posted this on his threads recently saying, I am starting a petition to no longer refer to AI art as AI art, but instead as computer rendered artificial pictures or crap. Pass it on. What a great idea. What we can do is not post the acronym crap anywhere and just start calling them computer rendered artificial pictures. And these AI bros won't even notice it. Trust me, if they care about the nitty gritty and these little details, they would actually put some effort and learn a skill for once. So let's pass it on and keep calling their generation's crap, which they are. So they deserve it. Anyway, thing number 7 now. Did you know if you use my free add-on HDRI Lab, you can cycle through all your HDRIs and favorite the ones you think look good on a particular scene? Save the HDRIs with different rotations, with different sun strengths and sky strengths, and then you will have a bunch of lighting options for that scene, and you can just flip through the favorites now, one by one, and select the best one amongst them. And since it's saved into the blends file, you can come back tomorrow and change your mind too if you want. It's a really handy tool and it's free, so check it out from the link in the description. Alright, thing number 8 now is a segment I like to call, hey, look at this cool artwork someone made. Look at this beautiful donut scene I found on ArtStation made by Leonardo Braz. It looks so good. I can taste that donut in my mouth right now, weirdly. I can feel the bread in my mouth and taste those tiny sugar crystal particles in my mouth. How is this made in Blender? I don't think this guy is using the same blender as us. It has to be a different overpowered version because this is not the same tool I am using for sure. It's Unreal. So go give him a follow. Link will be in the description. Okay, thing number 9 now, which is a segment I like to call, you're obsessed with Blender. Stop it. Here's a non-Blender tip. If you use this YouTube Bookmarker Chrome extension, you can bookmark important tips and tricks you find in YouTube tutorials and have them saved in your browser forever. So you can come back to them anytime you want to use that saved information. I would highly recommend beginner and intermediate Blender users to make use of this, or anybody really trying to learn a new tool or skill. It's a lifesaver. Don't trust your brain and its fading memory. Trust a tool that can remember stuff for you. So check out the extension from the link in the description. Okay, thing number 10 now, in a segment I like to call, what's new in the 3D world? Well, Unreal Engine 6 just got announced. Yes, you heard it right. Since Unreal Engine 5 was so stable and functional and so smooth and perfect, they decided to launch Unreal Engine 6. Isn't that nice? And guess what? They're gonna get rid of blueprints. So the moment I start learning Unreal and all the blueprint shenanigans they have in it, they tell me they're gonna slowly discontinue it. Isn't that how it always goes? Anyway, I'm shitting on them for no reason at all, just to sound cool. All we can see right now is this Rocket League teaser, and the State of Unreal event did mention some interesting things. So let's see what they have planned. Maybe it will be good. Anyway, here's thing number 11 now in a segment I like to call, look at this cool trailer I found. Did you guys check out the trailer for this game, Son of Thanjai? I don't know about you guys, but as an Indian, I feel so great to see a game set in India with Indian characters and Indian environments and an Indian language in it. Even Far Cry 4, which was kind of set in Nepal, which is very India adjacent, felt so nice to look at. So this definitely feels nice to look at. The gameplay and the finding mechanics look sick as hell too. So this was really cool. Hope more and more Indian game studios come out with cool games like this in the future. Also, Disney and Pixar's new animated movie Gato released a trailer as well. Even that looks sick as hell. Seems like the painterly style is not going anywhere. More and more animation studios are adopting this new style. And to be honest, there's nothing to complain about. We as audience members still aren't bored of it. So I guess it's gonna keep going on. And the teaser looks beautiful as usual. So I guess this trend is gonna keep going on until we are bored of it. But yeah, I think that's it. I'm gonna end this video right here before somebody accuses me of using Blender tips and tricks to bait you into watching a full video about literally just random 3D stuff. So yeah, bye-bye.